On Sunday nights like this, you ever dread going back to work on Mondays?
What? No way. I thought that was mouth.
That was my mouth.
You ever dread going back to work on Mondays? Wah, wah.
I have like a dilemma.
Yeah.
Well, because here's the thing.
Here's the thing.
Well, let me start with this. I asked this question already.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What? What?
He's married. It doesn't matter anymore.
What
He's
does that have
engaged.
to do with it?
Like, it doesn't matter if the ladies on the podcast here, like Gavin just tore cheek. It doesn't really matter.
You're not gonna put that in.
It doesn't even. Yeah.
Yeah, because you interrupted my thing saying that.
He's ruining the podcast.
Why is he clapping? All of this
You're
is
not going to
staying
put that in, are you?
You think you having a round of applause will make him edit it out?
What if I cuss up a storm?
No, Gavin.
Don't do it.
Do not
Oh,
cuss
Gavin,
up a
stop
storm
it.
right
Oh,
now.
seriously.
So, look.
Oh, my gosh.
What? You gonna cut that
You, no,
No,
it's
Gavin,
so good.
no.
It's so
No,
funny.
dude.
No.
Gavin, you love it.
Whatever. It's
He
fine.
doesn't care.
It's a dang fart, bro.
It's a fart. Everybody does it. I'll do it right now. Listeners fart.
Everybody at home.
Somebody's so in tune with like just
In tune
in
with
the
what,
pod,
bro?
no, and they're listening to the podcast and they're working at their desk and,
And
not
what?
listening. They just tear cheek
No.
in their office and they're like, I don't know if people could hear that because my AirPods were in. Was that quiet?
funny.
You don't know if anyone heard it because you got noise canceling.
It's pretty funny. Oh, it's funny.
Wait,
You're like,
that-
you looking around, you're like, what's their reaction?
Is anyone looking at me right now?
was that
I'm in a
silent?
professional workspace.
And
Are
you
they
can't
just
even
gonna
ask,
ignore it?
like, you ask the guy next to you, you hear something?
Yo, what's that?
What's
like,
that?
no.
It's like, what are you talking? He takes it. What are you talking about? Oh, he had noise canceling in too. Oh no!
Now it's just the smell and you drew attention.
Yeah, now he smells it.
Oh Lord. Oh.
All right, so listen. I'll get back into it here.
Thank God for Gavin farting. Just said.
Mondays.
Hate Mondays.
Gosh.
Golly.
Tuna from Subway. I mean, why a Monday sandwich? with
Oh,
tuna?
do you guys dread going to work on Mondays? Like Sunday night comes, are you like, oh,
I used to, I think. a
Yeah,
little bit.
I'm just used to it.
what?
never,
what
like,
got you over it?
dread.
I don't dislike my job.
I'm still
I've
under it
never
right
really
now.
disliked my job, so
Yeah, but I think some people would. I think it's just a mindset. You know what
It's
I'm saying?
just-
Because some
oh.
people would dislike your
Here we
job.
go.
Even if you do like your job, it's still work, and it's better than, or it's worse than just being able to do whatever you want.
you know David Straub.
Yeah.
He used to always say Mondays are his favorite days of the week,
Why is that?
just because
'Cause he's
everybody
insane.
says Mondays suck.
It's a mindset
And
thing.
yeah, it's a mindset thing, 100%. He would
cool
always
is
say
that?
Mondays are his favorite day, and it made Monday my favorite day.
That's hard. I'm going to adopt that.
sick.
Thank
Yeah.
you for saying that.
love
Listeners at
Mondays.
home,
Tomorrow's
Monday's your
Monday?
favorite
yeah.
day.
Oh, best
So
day of the
excited.
week,
So
Oh, I
excited.
love Mondays.
dude. It was the best. 'Cause-
Except it sets the tone for the rest of the week.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It was great.
Okay, so I was thinking about this because I remember on Friday night I got home. Friday evenings is the best feeling. It's like
Yeah,
just
Friday.
chilling. Let's go do something. Let's have some fun. Whatever.
Every other night of the week. No
And
fun.
so,
no
but the
fun.
thing is, like, I remember thinking, like, I don't get this feeling when I was jobless. I was jobless for like 3 months just a few weeks ago.
yeah.
And I never got that feeling. I think that people, when they have jobs, they associate that feeling of, oh, I'm going to have freedom for the next 2 days because it's Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
They associate that with, like, I could feel like that every day if I just didn't work. Imagine
Right.
how much better life would be if I didn't work.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you would never get that feeling
you'd hate
if you
it.
didn't work because
you're doing
every day
nothing.
would be the same.
Yeah.
There would be always something that you're like, oh, vacation. I'm going on vacation.
Because I don't
It's-
have to work, I'm gonna get to enjoy time off.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I think that, I think part of I think it's just a
Enjoyment.
misconception.
It's
of,
like it's a scarcity of the days off that give them so much value.
Yeah,
It's like,
it's
oh, I got
demand.
these 2 days.
Supply and
I got these
demand.
2 days. I gotta do so much stuff. It's so
Yeah,
fun.
I'm having so much fun. I wish I could do this all the time. But then
If
you
you
do
did
it all the
you
time.
get
Like
bored
I did it all
so
the
fast,
time,
so
and it's
bored.
like it's not as fun anymore when
No.
you just
Remember
never-
when we were all jobless on this podcast and we're
Yeah.
like,
I'm sure
this
at some
sucks.
point we'll think to ourselves, "Oh, I wish we didn't have jobs and we had this free time."
yeah, I'm thinking it right now. I start work tomorrow. I'm still thinking it right now. I wish I didn't. I do. I'm excited.
He's not.
He's gonna be the blind. We're gonna
Mondays
be the
are
blind
his
brothers.
favorite day.
I love Mondays.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dang, love Mondays.
It's gonna be great.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Saying just Mondays are my favorite
I
day.
love
And it makes you
Mondays.
believe it in your head. Like,
Yes, it does.
Monday, let's go.
And you think to yourself, "Oh, I got all these other friends that think Monday's the best. Let's
Oh,
go. We're gonna
let's
like
go.
get
We love
fired up together."
Mondays.
Monday party.
We should start doing parties on Monday nights. Just 'cause
Yes.
we love
Yeah.
Monday so much.
We have
And then we're
Tuesday night
and then
parties.
Tuesday sucks.
Yeah, gosh, worst day of the week.
I hate Tuesdays.
Waking up on
Right.
Tuesday after the Monday party. Wish it was Monday. Could have a Monday party.
Seriously. We've been doing this thing called Zuki Tues. Pazuki Tuesdays. I love Pazuki Tuesdays.
Love
Yes.
Tuesdays.
We go to BJ's. Guys, BJ's on Tuesday nights
It's 1 minute from my house.
it's a few minutes from my house, but like
Yeah,
6.
that's-
It's
I mean,
not
it's
much.
not a lot.
Has half off Pazukis.
Gosh.
Me and the gentleman,
So
we head
good.
out there every Tuesday night. We get some Zooks.
We get the same waiter every time.
Yeah,
Yeah, we had them both.
It's true.
well, only twice, but every
Yeah,
time.
but
so
that's
far.
we've
Hey,
done
that's
it
every
twice.
time.
Fun
So we're doing
hair
it
too. He's got
weekly.
like long hair, but it's kind of like
Yeah.
Curly,
crazy.
kinda.
It's like Daryl from The Walking Dead. It just looks kind of crazy.
It reminded me of Nathan Finocchio's hair.
Yeah, that as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, Zuki Tuesdays. Nice, something early weeks to look forward to. I feel like all this fun stuff is at the end of the week sometimes. And it's like gonna survive.
Not Pazuki Tuesday. Maybe that's
Pazuki
why
Tuesday.
BJ's did it. The owner was like,
Yeah, we gotta get
Getting to
some.
himself.
Also,
out
it's like half off wine as well. It's like if I was a wine mom, I'd
oh
love
my
Tuesdays.
gosh, with the girlies.
Go to BJ's with the girls, get some wine and Pazookies.
Wine
Leave the
and
kids at home.
Pazookies.
"Ew, wine and Pazookies."
I don't know. I've never
Gross.
drank
I don't know
wine
how
before.
wine
I
works.
don't. Me neither.
What
But
are
that
you, a
doesn't
connoisseur?
sound
Maybe
good.
all of
you
a
get
sudden,
you order
whatever it's
Pazookie.
called?
What wine goes well with
You
this?
think
Yeah.
sweet and bitter? I guess.
Bittersweet, Gavin.
Boom.
Oh my
That's
god.
so bittersweet. People love bittersweet things.
That's true. I'm going through the list of Pazookies. I think there's 8 different kinds, maybe
Yeah.
more because they get a new one every 3 months.
Whoa.
Confetti cake Pazookie.
Yeah, I ordered the dang confetti cake one last time, and I was like, you know what? It's only here limited time. I gotta try it before it's gone. He came back and was like, we're actually all out of that one. I was like, oh, thank you, because I was really regretting my decision.
yeah.
Yeah.
A confetti cake Pazookie when the rest are chocolate and
Yeah,
Oreo
Peanut butter
and
cup.
so
salted
good.
caramel.
Oh, yeah,
ordered
the
it,
salted
like,
caramel
oh,
one
well
was
done.
delicious.
That's this week. I'm
Yo,
getting
you're
that.
gonna love it.
Can't even eat the whole thing though.
Oh, it is so filling.
Oh
so
my gosh,
tough
I
to eat
feel
that.
like I'm gonna throw up by the end of it.
The ice
The
cream
last
melts
one,
so fast.
We went at like 8:30 last time or 9, probably closer to 9.
Yeah,
I
it was
hadn't
late.
eaten dinner. I was saving up for dinner. Like I was just so hungry. Delicious dinner.
Saving up the
But I
starving.
scarfed down my whole dinner in like 10 minutes so I could get into the Pazook.
at
Oh,
the same
yeah.
time as us.
Yeah, right. And gosh, big mistake. It was delicious, but I felt like I was gonna blow up.
We ate our Pazookies and then we stayed there for another 2.5 hours.
Maybe
We
Two and
didn't
a half
leave- we didn't
hours?
leave
There
until
a long
11.
time.
For real?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're really late.
Yeah, we were just chilling
yeah.
for a
So
really
much
long
fun.
time.
But-
And that's part of it. You just go and you just talk.
And you don't feel bad because there's not a bunch of people waiting for a table.
No, it's
there's
so empty.
there's
There's-
hardly people there.
Tuesday
Except the
night,
bar is popping.
people
It
at the
must be
bar
the half
grew.
wine. It must be the half price wine that. they
Oh,
love so
maybe.
much.
Get the wine coolers.
But I feel like
filling.
you don't go to a bar for wine. That just seems.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
understand bar
It's a
culture.
lot of-
I would,
like
it would have to be
middle-aged.
like a fancy place, right?
I know.
I don't know.
A lot of olds.
That's true. We do see quite a few older people there.
Yeah, well, I want to know. I want to get to meet the demographic that's BJ's bar goers.
Yeah, I'm hoping that we get to know this waiter on a first name basis.
I
Like
know.
he knows our names mostly because
Uh-huh.
his was easy because he's the only person that serves.
What is his
at
name?
BJ's. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know.
His name's easy.
He doesn't
though.
have a tag.
It's
he
an
doesn't have a
easy
name
name.
tag.
Yeah, we
but
never
we
got
hear
it.
it
Yes,
once.
he does. It's like
Zeke.
Zach.
No. it's- What do you think it is?
Adam.
What do you think it is?
Kyle. I don't know. It was
Just
really
the
short
most-
though. Like Jackson, but with like
Jack.
X.
It'd be nice if we were his regulars. It's
Yeah,
like,
it
oh,
will
the
be.
boys are here.
Oh, it's the boys. What's good,
We're like,
boys?
what's up, Jackson?
In 40 years, we're
His
gonna
name's
be
not Jackson. It couldn't be.
just
No, he's not.
continuing the tradition. He'll still be at BJ's.
Yeah.
Just on Tuesday nights, just so he can serve us.
on
because
Tuesday
it's so
nights at
fun.
9 p.m.
Looks like his name is Bear.
Yeah.
We got to start like taking a picture every single Pazookie Tuesday. Just like
Oh, okay.
just track
Yeah.
The evolution.
That'll be the only picture that we ever have
Yeah.
together.
I mean, you don't take pictures with the boys. You just don't do that. Boys don't really
We
take
do on
pictures
Zoom
together.
Tuesdays,
I mean,
though.
ever so often, it's like, yo, we look so fly these days. Let's take a picture.
The only picture I have of us three together is when Hannah took them when we first started the podcast
Oh, yeah.
to have some to post.
And that wasn't even us. It was just like Hannah's
yeah.
like, you have to come over for the wedding registration. You don't have a picture with Gavin. Literally, I didn't have a picture with Gavin, and
Yeah.
we've been friends for like years. And
When we were
years.
really young,
Right.
and I think you had a messed up face from the sunburn.
Oh,
yeah, it was in Mexico.
And
I used
then-
to struggle like finding pictures of my friends to post on their birthdays for Instagram stories. So
Yeah.
I've just stopped doing it altogether now.
Or you
Yeah.
would just
I don't post for people's birthdays.
No,
anymore.
you would zoom in on
have pictures.
a
Oh, yeah,
group
big group picture.
of one person, and it would be
like,
a terrible picture.
I'm out of pictures now. I will not post for your birthday. I'm sorry. It's
Yeah, I
nothing
don't-
personal. I love you so much. You're the best, but I will not be posting for your birthday.
Yeah. This week on our premarital counseling, we were going through years and years of marriage. Just what our expectations
Well
were
done.
for at this time of
How's
our
it going?
lives. Really good.
No, like how are the years going? Like,
Oh, great.
How were they?
They were great.
What was the best year?
It's hard to say. 20 years down the road, when
20,
we have
What's that
when
one
we
look
have
like?
kids
They're
and
so
a
old.
successful business, pastoring and
Pastoring
successful
is-
business
Oh,
and
and pastoring a business I'd
and
be a little-
pastoring,
Oh,
two
okay.
different things.
Yeah.
Hannah's running a nonprofit or working for one. All this different
What's
stuff.
Christian
How's she
doing?
gonna make money?
Christian's
You brought up.
gonna fly in a couple weeks because he's been gone doing his comedy tour with Parker.
Oh my gosh.
They're also producing podcasts.
So many podcasts.
Yeah.
Christian's
Because
doing
podcasts
this
are still
one?
a thing.
Christian's guesting on a lot of podcasts, and Parker is
Like a
producing a lot and making a lot of money.
Podcasts in 20 years.
Yeah.
It's hologram.
You know what I wrote?
Holocasts, Hologram casts.
As I was filling it out, there was a 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, 20, 30, 40, 50
Whoa.
down the road.
Jeez.
Yeah, so it's
I don't even
that's
plan
what's
on
kind of
living to
difficult
50.
is okay, what do I think my life might look like at this point?
Impossible to know.
Yeah.
I could have been asked that question 2 years ago. I would have been
It's gonna be 2 years.
so wrong.
It's not super specific as in
But this
I'll be
one's kinda
here,
like-
but this is kind of the things we'll be doing.
It's now that you
Very
got
general.
this shawty with you all the time. She's
Yeah.
permanent. What's it going to be?
Yeah, exactly.
What do you hope it looks like in this time?
And I didn't write down any other years until year 40 from now. What will your accomplishments have been this year? Because they had them for every other year. But that year I added podcast.
Podcast for 40 years? Oh my word.
Or we
crazy.
start up a new one or something. Where we go back through how dumb we were when we were young. Or yeah, Christian
We
was
do the
right.
podcast
except
so
for
much.
instead of 50 million, 60 million.
60
We
million.
do the podcast so much that we start just having episodes where we react to our old episodes.
Yes. 40 years
You know
from
what?
now?
40 years,
That's
40
so
times
meta.
52 is 200 or 2080. That's 2080
2080
episodes
episodes.
every week.
Let's
Let's
go.
go.
every week.
Dude, that's still a better depth than most
We're at
people.
we're at
saying, man.
91 right now.
That's a lot.
So
We're
many,
gonna
dude.
add another 2,000 onto this.
Oh my word.
That's insane. That's a Matt Walsh or Ben Shapiro kind of.
They do daily.
Or
That's a
Joe
Joe
Rogan.
Rogan.
That's
How
multiple
long
a
has
week.
he been doing his
He does,
podcast?
like,
He's
3
in
a
the
week.
thousands, dude.
He's in
3,000.
like
now.
1900 and something. He's
Wow.
almost at 2000.
Yeah.
I think. I have no idea actually.
Well done.
I think it's more than that. I think
Maybe.
it's well in the 2000s.
He has like 3 a week, I think.
Shoot.
That's insane. What's 52 times 3?
Like 156.
Divide that by 2,000
Oh, he's at episode 1900.
Why would I do that?
to figure out how many years Joe Rogan's been doing his podcast.
I don't even know.
5, 6,
No, he was like the first person to do a
7.
podcast, bro.
Dude, multiple.
15 years.
Oh, you'd.
What was his first episode, do you think?
I don't know.
Are we going to
I think they did
remember
them
our first
live.
episode?
I remember.
I don't really.
You don't remember the first
Our
episode?
first-
It was
I do. I
last
remember
year, bro.
Gavin, turn off the...
Get
Get
the
off the
Chevrolet
dang
Cruise off the screen and
screen.
let's do this thing. Because he was
Oh,
looking at
yeah.
Facebook Marketplace cars.
Yeah.
That one, I remember me and Devin editing that on my bed. Sounds kind of gay. But we were both, that's like the couch in my room.
It was
I
this
had I had
bed.
the lower bed and the upper bed.
It was his
right?
bed.
We were both just chilling on there. And because I had no idea how to edit anything. Like
And
whatsoever.
Devin had done music stuff.
He put it on, I think he put it on Logic Pro. Or, yeah, I think that's what it is. That's what Apple is.
Imagine using that now.
No, it's like really good.
Oh.
It's like professional GarageBand.
Oh dang.
But it's not even editing software. We were just like piecing it together. We didn't even know how we wanted the intro to be. We had a weird part where we cut something out. So we just threw in some music and then went to the next little bit. It was so good though.
The audio is
Just
so
like that.
bad.
Oh, we bought $30 microphones. Yeah, this is good.
Yeah.
$30 a piece.
We
Spent 90
started
bucks on these
recording.
things.
We recorded for a little bit. We stopped it, played it back. This sounds really good.
This sounds
Coming out of the
great.
speakers. This sounds great. It didn't sound great.
when you've never
100%. When you never heard anything ever, that sounds good.
Yeah.
But when you've heard stuff, like good stuff,
When you're
that
a
sounds
newborn
terrible.
baby and you can't even understand what's being said.
I feel so bad that that's our first episode and people finding a podcast. Like, oh, let's go to the first episode.
Yeah, but big
Don't
mistake.
do-
Don't
Oh,
do that.
yeah.
I've never done that, but
So
that is
not
such a
good.
common thing to do. Like our most listened to episode,
Our first episode
by far is the first one,
is like so far beyond every single other episode just in place.
and that's because people listen to the first episode. They're like, "This
Really?
sucks.
These guys
This
suck.
is the
really?
worst."
That's
And
where that comment
And if
came
I
from.
listen to that today, I'd be like, these guys
I'd
suck. I'm
say
not
the
listening
same
to that.
exact thing.
Yeah.
That's embarrassing. If you tell your friends about this, do not send them to the first episode.
No,
Unless
send
they've
them to,
listened
like-
to our newest ones and then jump back, do whatever, make fun of us in that sense. But don't say, great podcast,
Yeah.
go listen to episode 1.
The
Because
year-
you are,
Listen to like the
setting
year
us up for
highlights or
failure.
something like that.
yeah.
Or just listen to most recent.
Yeah, most recent, whatever. Something at least current. Because there's got to be, we've improved for sure, I think. I don't know.
I would hope so.
It's hard to say.
This week, we've had a few decent restaurants, few bad restaurants as in our time in Longview.
Oh, so many
And-
bad ones, though.
So many bad ones. And I was thinking to myself, there's not a lot of restaurants that I've gone to where after I'm done, I'm filled and full, and I'm full for a while afterwards. Like it was a truly filling meal. Because I think you can,
food. Do you ever try Mexican food? It does it to you.
Chipotle does that.
It really does.
yes,
Yeah.
like a really good, authentic, just fresh food,
Authentic food.
good meal. That will fill you up for a while. Because I had a burger at Texas Roadhouse. Terrible burger. You can eat enough to where you're full at the time, but within an hour you're hungry again.
Really?
Is that the
Yeah.
burger's fault for not being good?
or is that your
Maybe
body's fault?
maybe it's just like not a lot of nutritional value. It kinda
Well, I
just
don't know. I
sucks.
had the burger, and
true,
I
I'll
had
say.
what I have.
You
What
get the
is
bread
that?
rolls with
I
the
don't
cinnamon
remember.
Six or
butter.
7 loaves
So
of bread.
good.
Yeah, but I still ate all my other food.
You slayed it all.
Yeah.
Slayed that food.
Gosh.
What were you saying?
The only one meal that I know is completely filling, and I
Mama's
don't know if
mac
we
and
have one here.
cheese. I'm kidding. No.
Red Robin.
Red Robin.
Okay.
Really?
Their
I,
Whiskey River barbecue burger.
That one's good.
So good.
I haven't seen a Red Robin around here.
I know that's what
We
I'm
went to that
saying,
one
dude.
way out west in Armadillo.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Is that what it's called?
Amarillo.
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 Armadillo is the town
That's
in Red Dead.
basically the same. Maybe that's
It's
what it's
basically,
based off of.
I saw it.
I think
ran
it for
over
real
one.
is because have you seen like not Nashville, New Orleans? I think is Saint Denis, and then you got Houston that is Blackwater, I
Blackwater's
believe.
H-Town.
Oh man.
And then it gets out west as you move farther out west. Then it looks.
And
more
it
like-
is Armadillo.
I think so.
I was talking to some people at work about Houston,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like, "It's crazy. Like, it's just such a big city, and
It is big.
like people there will just they'll come up to your car, like bums will just come up to your car and start washing it for you while you're in traffic, so that you like feel bad about
like
not
Mexico?
paying them. Yeah, like homeless people will just come up, or anybody like will just come up to your car, start washing it without permission, and then just like expect to get
That's crazy.
The only
your
time
windshield and stuff.
I experienced that was when we were in Mexico coming back. It was either into Mexico or out, leaving Mexico, and there's such a long line to go through and show your passport to come back
Yeah.
over the border.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a bunch of carts, bunch of food, a bunch of toys selling
They're
dogs.
selling puppies out there.
Yeah, and
the
people will
dang
come up
border
and start
crossing.
cleaning your windows and all this stuff, and just hoping that you give them some money.
Yeah, that's crazy. That border is wild, bro.
yeah, it's packed.
I
with-
can't wait to go back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh,
it
yeah.
is.
Stop.
meet up with the homies in Mexico.
Yes.
All
And
the Life Bible folk.
yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Maybe next year.
You were saying something about the food though. Red Robin.
Oh yeah, I just love Red Robin's food.
Love it.
It's so filling. There's not one here though.
I
It's
don't
kind of
think
disappointing.
I remember we ate at Red Robin a couple times. Leading up to before we left, we went to Red Robin quite a bit.
Yeah, that was our BJ's.
We went to
before
BJ's for a
the
little bit,
Zook
too.
Zook 2s.
Oh, I love Bazoo. Oh, yeah, you got to get real food from BJ's.
That's true.
I had
It is
their
very
their
good.
chicken and just like green beans and mashed potatoes. Delicious.
Before
I don't
they had
remember what I got the other night. It wasn't good.
before they had their big fancy
BJ's.
BJ style building. Now that's the same in every city you go
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
They had one in Eugene
I like the old one.
across from our grandparents' house. I don't know if it wasn't an original, but it was. We would just go there all the time on Sundays after church with the grandparents, and all I remember from that time was
Or even like Friday nights or Saturday nights.
Yeah.
I
sitting
don't
at
care.
their
Maybe
house.
do it on
You
a Thursday.
the smiley fries,
Not Mondays though.
a smiley faced French fry.
Remember those?
That
You
they
ever
always
get
had.
those?
I
That's
think
kind of fun.
They probably
I've
still
been to
have
BJ's
'em.
like 3 times in my life. 2 of them have been like the last 2 weeks,
Huh.
and then
Oh,
the other
really?
one has been every single time has been with you guys. I think.
Wow.
Dang.
Or no, I went with the family twice.
Yeah.
Because our realtor, whenever we sell houses, we like bought and sold a lot of houses.
Yeah.
She would give us a like $100
Let's go to
BJ's gift card.
BJ's.
So it was like we sold the house. Let's go to BJ's.
Nice. Every single time.
Yeah.
Whenever we take you to BJ's, you're afraid that you have to move again.
Yeah.
No. Why were you going to BJ's?
Not again.
No, I like this house.
We're moving, Christian.
Yeah.
That's how your parents
Yeah,
tell you you're moving to Texas.
Or when they kick you out. It's
Yeah.
like, we're doing a BJ's. We have something to talk to you about.
You're done.
You are
time.
gone. You out of here.
You have 2 weeks.
Sayonara.
When do you think you'll move out? What do you think you're gonna do? You're
We
gonna
talked about this
rent an
last time.
apartment, or are
Like,
you gonna buy a house?
A few months. I'd say a few months.
Okay, let's
Yeah.
get a realistic
For real.
timeline. And
Okay.
if,
I think that's pretty real.
okay. You say a few months. Give
I
me.
said by the time
Yeah,
I'm
it's not
20,
so
and,
much
20 and a half.
But how old are you?
I'm 19 and almost 20. I'm like 2 months.
so December.
That's in 8
oh,
months.
December. That's right. We
months.
said
That's like 8 months.
that's kind of a
Merry,
tough time.
Merry
to move out.
Christmas.
8 months is more than a few.
Oh, how lonely is that?
Oh,
though?
oh,
You
listen
move
to
out in
this.
December.
No, listen to
and
this,
it's just
though.
wintertime and it's so sad.
That's
Big
a
family
great
Christmas
time.
guy?
That's a great time to move out. Black Friday sales to
we
furnish
do
your
Black
house.
Friday sales on apartments.
Maybe.
But on like
no
furniture.
deposit. It's Black
Well,
Friday.
All your
It's so
furniture and
fun.
everything like that.
That's true. Oh,
All your TVs.
Oh.
Dude, I think
I'm just licking my chops at that idea right now.
I think
You
I
hear
figured
that?
out the size of TV I have to get.
Really?
It has to be a 55. Can't
Wow.
be any bigger.
Oh, Gavin.
No way.
Yeah.
But don't you just like to be right up on
55
that thing? I love it. See my TV and my desk right
Dude,
there?
Yeah.
I was my face inches away from the screen. Cannot be
I'll-
measured in feet. It is inches away.
I'll come into the room and Parker's at his desk eating something off of the table. His laptop screen.
Not off the table. It's in like a bowl or a plate.
No, it's off the table. His computer screen right here is typing really close to it and the TV on, like watching something.
Yeah, I love it.
It's inches from his face. It's like Jeremiah playing Fortnite or
Gosh.
something.
Yeah.
Just so into it.
That's true. I do it.
I had a random thought. I haven't
Oh, I
had
love
those in
those.
a while. And this one started to overwhelm me after I thought about it for
That's
too
an
long.
intrusive thought, Gavin.
And
I just couldn't handle it anymore. I just
can you guess what the random thought had to do with?
no.
Like, what would
there's
overwhelm
could be
me?
so many things.
Cliff
Your
jumping.
TV,
Okay, it has to do with emails.
walking
What?
on tight ropes
No.
across over a cliff.
That would just give me anxiety.
Yeah.
So-
Emails.
but I was thinking about having emails and an email account where, for example, my Xbox email
Yeah.
that it's linked to,
Xbox.
I have no idea how to get into my inbox. I can't get into the email. I haven't been
Why?
able to for years.
Gosh.
So
On your is it an old Gmail?
yes,
Okay.
and I've tried everything to try and recover a password. I can't. It's impossible.
Everything, Gavin.
Everything.
Have you tried begging?
Begging the-
He hasn't begged yet.
Begging Google.
I don't know. Show up to like Microsoft.
Why would I go all the way to Microsoft? I don't need into the email that bad. I'll
Okay,
make
fair
an email.
enough.
But I was thinking about all the emails that have been abandoned because of forgotten passwords, or you just change it and get a new one,
Or they're dead.
or you're dead.
Yeah.
Exactly. But all the emails that they're still being sent by subscriptions or whatever, magazines, deals, all this stuff. How many hundreds, millions, billions?
Why was this overwhelming you?
Billions of emails
So
that
many.
are just being sent to
Oh, trillions.
email boxes.
Quadrillions.
Yeah, probably. That
It's
are not
incalculable.
open, that have never can't be seen. What do they do with all this junk mail?
It's just there.
It's just on the internet and it's never gonna
Oh, it's taking up so much storage in Google's cloud.
Yes.
Right now. How big is their cloud?
I don't know.
No,
Where is it?
bro. That is not how it works.
Yes, it is. Everything has to be stored on something.
Google doesn't have every single email that's ever been sent.
Everything that's in their cloud.
Every Gmail.
Like your Google Drive.
Yeah.
Emails get saved to your drive right away. That's why you can access it from a bunch of different devices.
yeah.
What's
I
your
think- I'm pretty sure.
drive?
Your Google
Your
Drive.
let's say it's your space that's like up there.
It's like iCloud.
It's like heaven for emails.
No.
Yes.
Instead of dying, they just go up there.
But where? Yeah. I don't
What
know.
happens? What?
I mean,
what
none
happens?
of us know how it works.
I know.
I
You
know.
just destroy the machines.
Yeah, probably.
What are they?
Were you getting worried about Google? You think they can't handle it financially?
Yeah, I think they're gonna lose money.
This is gonna ruin them.
It's gonna ruin them.
They're not
over.
thinking about all the email
Guys, what about
storage.
all the dead people's emails?
Yeah.
Delete them.
How many old people have forgotten
So
their
much
passwords and
storage.
opened another email, and then they just
I don't know. Probably too many.
probably. How many emails have you ever had?
A lot. I remember I used to
Thousands and
have
thousands.
just thousands in my inbox.
Oh no.
And it was in my Gmail. That's like the email I use for everything. And I would
Yeah.
just assume, it was like, you don't need to read them. I'll just check it every so often, see if there's anything new in there.
Oh.
But now I took the time and went through like deleted everything. Now I just have like a few notifications, check them, delete them when they're trash,
Yeah.
open them, see if they're important. They're never important. What's the point of having an email? I never get anything
Taxes.
that I want. Taxes. That's true.
That's the only reason I have.
I don't even want those either,
Exactly.
but I still get them.
You have to save them for files in the future.
That's true.
But I was just thinking about all the emails that just are piling up, never going to be read. It's
Yeah,
just-
that's true. I don't think we talked about it on the podcast.
Oh, yeah,
You
Christian.
passed your test.
Oh, big
dude,
test guy.
By the way,
What?
weird body thing with me.
What?
I've been doing the yawning thing like you.
For real?
Yes.
What?
I've noticed it. Like it was the night that we recorded. I was laying down in bed, about to go to sleep, and I started yawning, and
Right
my
here?
neck started. Oh no, it's on the sides.
Yeah. Okay.
It was like,
just, yeah.
And I was like, no, not like
No,
this,
no,
not like
no,
this,
no, no.
nah, not like
Yeah, it's
this.
scary, bro.
It's terrible.
I'm
And then
telling
Joey,
you.
I was talking to Joey. He said the same thing happens to him.
Why is it so common? I've never heard it before until I started saying.
Maybe
something.
it's a East Texas thing.
No, I had it before.
No, maybe it's like an Oregon and East Texas thing.
Yeah,
It's got to be. You passed your test
Exclusively.
though
Oh yeah.
for your
Insurance.
dang
I was
insurance
never worried about
salesman.
it.
Now officially an insurance salesman.
Yeah, I'm licensed, baby. I got my license. I completed my test, my exam on Tuesday.
Mission accomplished.
On Thursday, I went in to the where I work, and I was just talking. I ended up realizing I have to get my fingerprints done. I have to get my fingerprints in order to get my license. So I just scheduled the soonest one I could. They had an opening for 11 that morning, and I was like 10. But it's in Marshall.
it.
It's like 35 minutes away, so I just scheduled it for 11 and left a little bit later. I got to Marshall, bro, and Marshall is like the most depressing city of all time.
Really?
It's like
I haven't been downtown yet, but it seems pretty terrible.
downtown Marshall is the worst.
Yeah, I've driven on the outskirts to different houses to do installs, but I don't think I've gone downtown.
Downtown, it's like super run down and nasty, and just like the roads are in bad condition, and it's overcast and stuff.
It's always overcast there.
Always.
They get no
It's
sun.
insane. And so I go into the building, and I walk. It's like in like an alleyway almost. Like the entrance is in like an alleyway. So I'm parked. I walk in, and there's just like there's no lights on or nothing. It's like you walk into a waiting room, and in the waiting room there's a couch, and there's just like a girl, early 20s, in like a hoodie and flip flops, just like laying on the couch on her phone. I was like looking around. She's like, "Are you here to get your fingerprints done?" Like still looking at her phone. Are you here to get your fingerprints done?
What else?
And I was
would
like,
be
"Oh
here?
yeah." I was like, "Yeah, yep."
This is the fingerprint shop,
I was
right?
like, I think I have it scheduled for 11:10 or something. 11:10 appointment, or whatever. She's like, "Okay, come with me." She gets up off the couch, starts walking to the back. She's the only person in this whole store, in the whole shop, in
Oh,
the whole
really?
fingerprinting building. No other employees, no other customers. So we walk back down this hallway, still no lights on. The waiting room wasn't super dark because there was like a big windows in the front. It shines in. But once you're down the hallway and around the corner into this
No
other
lights.
room, there's no lights. There's like a lamp in the
What?
corner, and that's it. It's so dark. So we walk in there. She's like asking my information and everything, putting it into the computer. And she's like asking me questions, but she won't look at me. And she's like whispering. She's like looking down and whispering. This whole time she will not make eye contact with me. And so I was, I'm like answering as best I can and whatever. And this every once in a while I have to be like, what do you say? Like, ask, just like,
Excuse me,
can
what'd
you
you say?
repeat
Oh, I
that?
said, how long have you been working insurance?
Yeah. And so, then, she starts taking my fingerprints and everything.
All
I
of
was
them?
like, how long? Yeah, bro, you get all 10.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you like start and then you go like.
She was
these
even
4
asking
fingers,
for toe prints
and then you
too.
go, yeah.
It was kind of weird. She
It
was
the
like,
craziest thing.
"We're doing this new thing.
Yeah.
Take off your
only-
socks."
Yeah,
It's,
I have it's a mobile app on my phone. I just have to take a quick picture.
It's gonna be a flash real quick. It's it's not even
It's-
printing. We just take a picture.
There
of
we
it.
go.
Just
In case
the
you
government
commit
asks.
a crime barefoot, we just
Yeah.
gotta know.
And so she asks, and so I'm like trying to make conversation because it's just us in there. It's quiet.
Kind
It's
of
like
weird.
It's kind of uncomfortable. So I'm like, how long you been working here? She's
That
like,
would be terrible.
not very long, and just like still not looking at me, just doing the thing. Like every time I try to make conversation, she's just like,
Shut down.
will not say a thing, and I'm just like,
Sounds like you've been working here
So
too
eventually I just
long.
stopped even asking.
Right?
Hopefully not too long.
Man.
Gosh.
TGI Thursday, am I right?
Yeah.
Mondays are my favorite.
Yeah.
What
I
about
bet you hate Mondays, don't you?
And so we finally get to the end, bro. And she like gives me the receipt, and I'm like, perfect. Am I all good? Like, am I all set to go? And she's like still like looking at her computer, and she doesn't answer me. She's like, you are very rude.
What?
I was like, sorry.
Hold up.
And still like I've been very polite the whole time, smiling, trying to make conversation, whatever. She's like, you're extremely rude. I was like, when was that?
Me right now today?
Yeah, I was like, when? And she's like,
like
she's
looking over your shoulder.
and
Like,
she's like, you're snatching, or she said, she's like, well, you're smashing receipts. That's what, and I was like, smashing receipt, like I have the smashing
It's
receipt.
in my hand
It's
right
in my
now.
hand.
It's
I
my
think
receipt. I can do
in
whatever I want.
hindsight, a couple of days later, I was thinking back. I kept replaying the whole thing in my mind. I was like, did I
Yeah.
say something at some point that was like, but I think she said snatching receipts, not smashing. I think she thought when I took the receipt from her hand, that it's like, oh,
Snatch.
and I didn't. I took
Give
it
it
how
to
I
me.
take
do
receipts
It. Do a receipt now.
every
Right now.
single time. Like, hand me
Yeah.
that.
Practice.
Hand it to me.
Here, you're all done.
Perfect. Am I all set to go? Just like that. Just like that. And
like,
so, and I was
snatching
like, I
receipts.
don't understand. Like,
You smashed that receipt. I saw it.
I would,
You were gonna take it outside and crumple it.
and so I'm just like,
stomp on
I'm
it.
just perplexed. I have like a big smile on my face. I'm just like, almost like, not like a crazy smile.
What'd
but
you
I'm
say?
like,
Are you
looks like I'm on the
serious?
verge
I'm
of. I'm
rude?
just like, what? I was like, what? I was like, I'm sorry. That was not my intention. Like, I promise you, if I did something that upset you, it wasn't on purpose. And she's like, you need to get out right now.
Get it.
I promise you, that's what she said.
What?
You need to leave. Like, she's kicking me out. And at this point, I'm like, I hope that she like got all my information. I had the receipt, so I don't think she can like stop me from
Yeah, getting your fingerprints.
getting my information through.
She erased all.
But and so I just like chuckled and like, or like, you know, like laughed. I was like, okay. And like started walking out back down the hallway, and she's like walking behind me. And we're walking. I was like, you don't like your job very much, do you? Just like not in like
Yeah.
a confrontational way.
But
It's not like
just
I was like,
being-
you don't like your job. Like I was just like just walking,
You
and
must hate your job.
and she's like, stop talking, get out.
What?
And I was like, what is happening? So I'm walking out. I'm walking almost to the door. I was like, I hope you can find happiness or something like that. I said, I hope you can find happiness. I either said, I
I
hope you can find.
I really hope you can find.
I was like,
happiness.
genuinely, I hope you can find happiness. I said genuinely.
Mhm.
And she's like, because I had no explanation. Like
Yeah,
I had no idea how
bizarre.
she could be so upset. I was just like, she must be so miserable, like deep, you know,
Yeah, deep down.
inside that she just has to. And so she's like, I'll find happiness once you leave. And I just like
No
laughed.
way.
I laughed. I was like, nice. And at this point, like I was
That's
like out
pretty.
the door.
I mean, pretty good one.
I mean, she kind of got me.
Yeah.
Low
I
I have
key.
to find happiness. I will find
She
it as soon as
kinda-
you go out there.
Yeah. Oh,
instead of in
happiness?
here.
How about
Yeah.
you leave and then we'll be
it'll
And
fine.
then I'll have it.
And
then
so
we'll be happy.
I was like halfway out the door at that point, and I was like, oh, nice. And I was like chuckled. I was like, nice. And I was like, okay, have a good one. And you know, she still didn't answer me the whole time. Never looked me in my eyes. Like never looked at me once. Just was looking down the whole time. From the moment I walked in to the moment I left, I never saw her
we
eyes.
should go back there and see if she wants to do a.
Even-
a
And
an
so
interview.
like,
yeah.
and but the thing is, like, there was no one else in there. If she had like employees or like fellow employees, you know,
Yeah.
coworkers or like other customers in there, she would never be able to get away with that
Yeah,
because
that's
people would be
true.
like, "What are you talking about, lady?" Like,
or you can't even. You're not even. You shouldn't
Bro,
even be
you
able to talk to
tripping.
somebody like that.
I know, like she would be fired.
If somebody took
But
a receipt
the thing is,
in a rude way, I wouldn't even say, "You are so rude." After they
Yeah.
did that, that's just you.
Yeah.
They took the receipt. They're leaving.
especially
They're done.
if they did,
what?
and then like you confronted them about it, and they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry, that wasn't my intention. I didn't mean to," and then
Don't-
you're still like, "Get out." I was like, "What is going on, bro?" But like, if she would had coworkers there, like they would have been like,
You're insane.
she would have got fired. Like, but the thing, like, I'm not gonna. I love a good argument.
Yeah.
All my homies know this. I
Yeah,
love.
he
just-
loves it.
But
does.
like, I just knew, like, I'm not gonna start because she
Yeah.
was
Oh.
completely unreasonable. Like,
And
there's no
being
reason why she
alone
would
too?
be. And I just know that. And that's the thing is, like, no one else is in there. I didn't see any cameras or nothing. Like,
Yeah. What if
she
she
could have
starts-
accused me of, like, if we really got into like an argument, she
Yeah.
could have said that I did anything.
Yeah.
And it would just like it to
Been
like
your
like
word
I was
versus hers.
genuinely mean, and that's why we started arguing. And there, that would have just been her word against mine.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
And so I was just like try to be as polite as possible, like trying to reassure her that it wasn't my intention and everything. And and she just needed me to get out of the store.
That's crazy.
It was the craziest thing. And it was a girl. Like if it was a guy, I think it would be a little bit different
Yeah.
because you could just straight, you
Probably
don't,
would've called
like,
up the homies.
Don't
Like,
talk to
what?
me that way. Like,
What,
Say
bro?
you disrespect
but
me like
with
that.
a girl, it's
You
like
can't like physically threaten her.
yeah, there's
Yeah.
no threat of violence.
You're very
It's
rude.
just
What?
like
Yeah. What was that? Oh, me?
Huh?
I'm rude? Right here. RUDE. Boom. Punch in the face. Not really. You can't do that with a girl.
you can't.
Or a guy probably.
You could. With the dude, you can kind of be like, what?
With the
bro?
Yeah,
dude,
let's
it's
step
not like it would
outside.
come to that, but there's at least like an underlying threat of like this could get physical. So
Yeah.
be careful what you say.
We could
Yeah.
be getting physical in here.
right.
So watch your mouth.
So-
Watch your mouth, buddy.
And I told her that right when the meeting started. I said that we could get physical in here.
and
for some-
maybe that was what she thought was rude. I don't know.
I don't know.
I couldn't be anything I said.
And so, but I swear, bro, I was like, I replayed that whole thing back in my head, like everything that I
Oh,
said.
I would too.
And I didn't say much because the only things I said, because she wasn't much of a
I
conversationalist.
said,
Yeah.
can you say
I
that
would
again?
say,
Or what was
uh,
that? But I don't really know.
yeah, just like that. I said like words to ask her, like,
Repeat
oh, can you
yourself.
repeat that?
Yeah.
And then I asked her a couple questions like, how long you been working here? And
I was
that
just
kind
like,
of thing.
hey, I can't hear you. Speak up.
Yeah. Lady, talk
Lady,
louder.
hey, talk like a normal person. I wasn't rude though. I was just.
It was nice that I
normal.
said it that way.
Said,
Yeah.
hey, speak up,
Hey,
please.
Hey, can't hear you. Look at
Mommy
me
never
and-
taught you how to talk. How about you look at me in my eyes?
Yeah.
Um,
No,
It was-
It wasn't rude though. I just did it so good
Right.
and polite.
and then I asked her
That's
like,
crazy.
how her day was going
My-
and how long she's been working there.
My mom went to the same place to get fingerprinted. Said she was just weird the whole time, but
Really?
never really said anything to my mom.
I think she was looking, and maybe I did like grab the receipt kind of energetically.
He
It
was just
definitely
excited.
wasn't aggressive. Like hold the receipt. And I was like, perfect. Like I just grabbed it. I didn't want to like hold it. I didn't want to just like, thank you.
That's not normal. No one would think if I
Right.
grab this normally,
done
she'll
like
think
that.
I'm rude.
Just like slowly slide it out.
You were
of
just so
someone's
excited to
fingers.
get back to selling insurance.
been
You're
like,
finally
what?
certified.
I'd have been
Yeah.
like, yeah.
And I was just like,
Oh, such a good day. It's Monday.
I was like,
Favorite
It's
day of the
Thursday.
week.
It's Thursday.
I said, perfect.
it.
Am I all set to go?
You're
And
extremely rude.
Get out.
You're extremely
I
rude.
was just about to leave.
I was
I
like,
promise. I was
what?
going to take the receipt.
Yeah.
My next step after getting this receipt was to walk out
Yeah.
of here. You don't need to tell me twice.
Oh, you don't know? That's like where I'm going right now.
That's actually what I do once I'm finished here is that I
Yeah.
leave. I don't stay here.
She was just searching for a reason to get upset.
Man.
It was crazy. And to be honest, I do feel bad for her because
Yeah.
the
I heard Marshall was
environment,
kinda
being
by
in
herself.
that
How
environment by
terrible.
yourself all day long
Dark.
would
Depressing.
be so depressing because it's like poorly lit. You're just laying on the couch doing nothing. It's
You'd
like
be basically
I
like
feel like
having
you'd be
no job.
you gotta have the
excited to
self-respect
see a
to get out of an
person
environment like that.
ever so often.
Yeah, and how if you hate talking to people, which
Isn't your only job is the
And
only
your-
time you interact or do anything is talking to people?
yeah, that's like
One-on-one,
your whole
especially.
the only thing you do. You take fingerprints and then you talk to people.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if you
Marshall-
hate people that much, then
Marshall's
get it.
crazy.
Marshall sounds pretty wicked.
It's an interesting bro, and I swear I'm like driving away. I'm like at a stoplight, about to turn onto the main road to get out of there,
And she was
I'm
next
just
to
like,
you.
no, I'm like, I like look at the car behind me in like my mirror, and the guy's just like leaning his head up against the steering wheel, just like going like this and like touching his temples, like he has a headache or something.
like, oh, I need
he
to get
just
outta
looked
here.
miserable.
Christian
Everyone walking on
didn't
the
even wait for a
roads was like
green light.
walking slow and just like, oh, I need to get out of here, bro.
Yeah.
Christian just runs the red light. Woo, I gotta
Yeah.
get out.
I don't even care.
That sounds terrible.
But yeah, shout out to everyone that lives in Marshall.
Hope you have a happy life.
I don't think I think Marshall. I think there's good spots in Marshall. I think just downtown
There's
is
got
just,
to be some, but
and maybe it was like I think of it more worse than it actually was now because of my experience down there. I'm like, you know what? That place was the worst.
yeah.
But it
yeah,
was
maybe if you hadn't had that
crazy.
experience in the building, you would have been like, "Oh, Marshall, it's kind of okay."
Yeah,
It's-
good
it's
people.
whatever.
It's
When
not
you
a great place, but there's good
Interacted
people.
with Demon Woman. I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
it's gonna ruin your experience of the town.
Yeah.
it was crazy. Y'all got to get in there
I kind of want to try it.
for real.
I
you
kind of
gotta
want to
check
get
it
my
out.
fingerprints.
If
done.
we're ever in
Do you?
Marshall,
You
No.
need to.
No, I said that would be cool though.
Oh,
If we're ever in Marshall, just doing whatever we got, you gotta stop by.
Because I don't know if I
like
believe
fingerprinting.
you.
Just so you can see it, bro. Like it's dark in there. It's the worst.
We could go by it and say, "Hey, we're looking to maybe purchase this building for
Mhm.
a church.
yeah.
We're just gonna take a look around."
Oh, she would go crazy.
Oh, she would hate that.
Yeah.
You say church around her? Oh, she's gonna crawl on the walls.
Yeah.
She does not like church.
So yeah, it was interesting.
You should have invited her or something. Like,
Should have given
bro.
her a startup party card.
Oh, bro,
Hey.
She would probably not want it.
she would not have liked that. I
That
don't
actually
think.
probably would have been a bad idea.
Yeah.
It was interesting.
What are you gonna do?
It was like the
Sell
first
insurance
time
now.
I've ever like had any kind of confrontation. Like I've never been kicked out of anywhere. I've never had like an employee be like upset at me. you
Yeah,
know what I'm
that's
saying?
true.
It was my first ever like confrontation in public with a stranger.
That would feel so weird.
And it was just like, yeah, it was strange, bro.
Unique.
And not that it was a confrontation really, but my first ever like quarrel. It was crazy.
Yeah. Like
I wish I either had like the presence of mind to, because it all happened so fast.
Yeah.
I like to like start recording on my phone or something, or I wish there was someone there with me. Because when I
To
tell the story, especially like to
be-
people that don't
like-
know me,
like,
they're
okay,
like,
you had to have
"Alright,
said something."
You had to have said something. Like obviously, like maybe you really did snatch the receipt and you're trying to like make up for it and just say how crazy this lady is.
You were like,
Or she
"Give me
was
that,
like,
you
or
evil
maybe
woman."
like because she wasn't like talking very loud, you just like were getting frustrated and like really asked her aggressively to talk louder.
Speak
I
up.
promise that is not the case. Like there was no
Yeah,
reason.
I mean, we'll never know though. So
Yeah. So Christian, you were actually
Yeah.
super rude. That is crazy though. I don't
'Cause
know how
I told that story to like some of my coworkers when I got back, but they don't know me. They've known me for
Yeah.
like 2 weeks, and they didn't like. I could tell that they were like
Okay.
asking like I'm kind of on her side. Yeah.
Yeah, you probably were
Like,
rude.
and if I heard that story honestly from someone that I don't know,
oh.
I'd
be like,
probably say, "You're
okay, definitely.
Yeah,
Didn't
definitely.
say
They were
anything.
super rude.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
you seem self-aware.
Yeah, gosh.
What are you
What
gonna
an
do?
epic
What are you gonna do? It was it was an eventful morning. And
Yeah.
it kind of made it go
Yeah.
by faster.
You guys went and saw a new movie this week without me.
Yeah, we saw The Covenant. Didn't even know it was coming out until it came out, and
Mhm.
Christian was like, "Hey, let's go watch this."
What
I said,
was it?
Okay.
Is it hot in
It's called The
here?
Covenant.
It
Oh, it
is.
gets so
It is
hot.
so
It's
hot.
when we
in
turn on
here.
all the lamps and everything.
That lamp
Oh
gets
my
really
God.
hot.
That light bulb is very warm.
Oh my gosh.
It is hot in here.
Oh.
Wait till we're recording in my apartment.
Your apartment should be fine, right?
You got AC
Oh, it'd
in
be
there,
great.
no?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
yeah,
I
it'd
see.
be really
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Oh, wait until it's like, oh, nice and cold. I thought you were
Yeah.
gonna say my apartment in the summertime.
think
so
this is
hot.
bad?
So hot. No,
Yeah.
it'll be great.
New movie, Jake Gyllenhaal, Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Funny, edgy, right up to the line without crossing it.
I gotta see it.
Bro,
Let's go-
honestly,
let's go see
It
it.
was just a good action war movie.
Really, really, really good. Go see it.
Don't have high expectations for war movies, but it was
Yeah,
No,
sometimes
good.
they're
Cheesy.
soulless, and it's just like
kinda
fun action, and it's fun because you're there, and
war.
it's like, oh, sick shooting.
sick
But
shooting
this
and
one, it
hiding and
was,
stuff.
I mean, just some real substance.
Mhm.
I liked it.
Some kind of good takeaway.
It was good stuff.
Yeah. This is another random thought that I actually
Here we go.
just remembered. But so we've lived here how long?
I don't know.
4 months,
a while.
something?
No.
Not 4 months. We got
January,
here in
February, March, April.
Whoa. You counted January.
Part of January.
You counted January.
February,
Okay, but
March,
we're
April.
through.
February,
It's
March,
been
April.
a full 4 months. We moved here January
Oh, bro.
20th. It's April 28th.
It's April
Yeah,
30th.
so February, March, April.
3 months and 10 days.
All
8
of February,
days.
March. Okay.
Yeah, 3 months and 10 days.
Okay.
Ish.
January
No,
20th to February 20th.
Wait, it's
February
really only
20th
been
to
3
March
months?
20th.
3
March
months
20th to April 20th.
and how many January days?
8
How many
days.
in January? 11. 3 months and 11 days.
Wait, it's the 28th.
It's the
We
30th.
got here on
It's
the
the
20th.
Yeah.
It's
the
the
30th.
28th, so that's 8 days.
30th, I promise.
Today's the 30th?
Yeah.
I thought Gavin just said it's the 28th.
It is the 30th.
Oh, why? Whatever.
He likes to lie sometimes about dates.
Did I say the 20th?
Yeah, you
Dude,
can never
there's
trust
something
Gavin
wrong
with
with me.
dates.
I'm thinking so
Keep
far
lying
ahead in
all
my
the time.
conversation that I combine two words, or I've said the wrong thing multiple times. I've been thinking. I had a conversation with Kenny today, Christian's dad, and I said Thursday, or I said Friday when I was thinking Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Said the completely wrong day in a conversation.
Whoa, that's
And didn't
crazy.
even catch it. I said
Gosh.
At dinner, remember when I said Chipotle instead of Chick-fil-A?
Mhm.
I meant Chick-fil-A. I said Chipotle.
Sometimes that happens, and it's just like, whoa.
But I've also been
how
But that's what
combining
makes me
words.
human, really.
accidentally.
I would do
wanna
that.
say Christian and
Parker, and you say Crocker.
And I say
and
I say
drink.
Christian. Yeah.
And I combine them.
I say crink. But it's no big deal though. That's like normal brain activities, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just a little
I would
bit
do that
of
writing
overload.
essays in school, right? You're writing an essay. You got a good thought going. You're like, oh, I need to get this down. What did I just write?
Did you ever write
I
it?
combined every single word possible.
I've never done that. You guys are crazy.
I'll do it for like a couple, like one word. I'll start writing it, and then before I finish it, like a basic word like the. I'll do th and then start writing the other word.
Did you
I
ever
don't know.
write any of your essays super late at night?
All the time.
Oh,
When you're
all
just
of my
incredibly
essays.
tired?
School, Gavin. It's Sunday night.
There were some essays where it was the rough draft was due, and what?
No, it's like no, never mind.
Okay.
It's like what's up, essay?
I had these essays back in school.
I got these back in school. I had these essays, and we would always dap each other up in the hallways. And then we grew out of it. It was
Yeah.
just high school stuff.
Yeah. I would have a paper due, and the night of, it would be 1 a.m. I'm writing, and I'm so tired, but I know I have to get
Yeah,
one more
it's 1
paragraph
a.m..
out. Yeah. I'm writing out this paragraph, and I'm kind of falling asleep, and then I wake up enough to read back what I wrote before I submit it, and it makes no
No way.
sense at all. Oh, absolutely no
insane.
sense.
Dude.
And I've submitted papers before, or I had, that made no sense, the last paragraph. And in the morning when I woke up, I went and read back over it and had to completely change the
You're
last
like,
paragraph.
oh.
Because
Well,
it was complete nonsense.
I've submitted papers before where
was
it's
it?
what?
Go for
Oh, I've submitted papers before where there's one super high effort. I felt like this was some of my best work ever. Other times it's like, oh, I could have probably done better, and you get a similar grade. It's like, do the teachers really
Care?
pay that much attention?
No.
Probably not. There's so many papers you got to grade.
Middle school is the biggest scam of all time.
Middle school, yeah, just
need-
skip it.
Just don't.
I remember in middle school, my 6th grade year, I got so stressed the first quarter or first semester because I got a C in a class.
I remember that.
And I was thinking to myself, I can never do this again. I
I'm
can
gonna
never
fail.
have a C. I'm gonna fail at
You get a
life.
C in middle school. That's
And
insane.
I know.
And you weren't even like a bad kid. Like,
No.
oh, he's skipping class. People don't really do that in middle school. You don't really have the facilities to skip
Yeah,
class.
and you just not go to
Just
class.
not
you
go there. But
walk
what are you
out
gonna do? Walk
outside.
in the halls? Walk out in the woods?
There's
Remember?
Homeowners.
Okay, I just
The woods walkers.
We had-
skip class in middle school.
we had this baseball
The baseball field. Diamond.
at.
You forgot field, bro?
Yeah,
That's insane.
yeah, I do. I was trying to think what it was called. Baseball stadium?
Diamond.
No, baseball field at our middle school,
Baseball
and right next
court.
to it were these giant pine trees. And inside
With the
do
pit.
you remember this random pit?
Yeah, it was
Inside
lined out
these
with
pine trees.
concrete circle, and just a pit.
A perfect circle where you could have, I don't know, a bonfire.
Maybe, but it
But
was
What was it even for?
it was like 3 feet down in the ground.
Yeah, just this pit that kids would go play in during baseball games.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Just so random.
People would skip class and hang out in the pit.
Yeah. But in middle school, I got this C in my class, and I freaked out. And I would wake up every night, every Sunday night before I went to bed. I'd have to get up after I already got in bed to look over and make sure I did all my homework
Oh, you were
and didn't miss
insane.
it.
Did
And
you
then
get
I
the
would go
C
back to
because
bed.
you like forget assignments at home, or
I don't know. I think
Yeah.
maybe I would forget to do an assignment.
oh yeah, that'll
And
happen.
so every night, every Sunday night, it was bad. My mom would tell you because I'd always say, "Mom, I think I forgot to do something," and stress out,
You didn't.
freak out, have to go over my entire planner because they had you write out assignments.
Yeah.
And after that, I knew I was never going to get a C again, and so
Did you ever?
Only in high school.
no,
You never got a C in high school?
Hey man, what about college?
no, I did in chemistry actually.
Yeah, dude, I got so much. I got like 115% in chemistry. I don't know how.
Really?
It was awesome.
You had a joke for a teacher.
No, my teacher was the best.
Who was it?
It was nobody cares. Nobody cares who my teacher.
No
is.
one cares.
My
who his
chemistry
dang
teacher
teachers
was.
is. Gosh.
Dang it! All we care about is you being a freak
Yeah.
about assignments in sixth grade.
Why don't we
Come
talk
on.
about each other's bodies?
Oh yeah, weird body stuff.
Body stuff.
Body stuff.
Weird
I've
body.
been doing. This is a segment we introduced last week.
Yeah, with
Because
the
I
neck
had this
thing, and I
weird
had the neck thing.
when I yawned, and so
Yeah.
I just thought, you know what? I have a couple of these. Let's make it a series.
Yeah.
This actually isn't really weird or unexplainable
I
because
got this
know
headache, and it's I
I
don't
know
really
the
know.
exact cause of it. It's not unexplainable at all.
Mhm.
But I went jogging on the treadmill the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing. I went running on the treadmill,
Okay.
and I did it barefoot because I think there's benefits to
Which
that.
is why? Why do you think that?
Your feet,
On a
I think
treadmill,
your,
you
your
think?
feet are supposed to spread out, and they can't spread out if you're wearing shoes. They constrict your feet.
Your toes? Like
Yeah.
when you land and it's like,
I don't want to have beta feet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think if you walk barefoot more, your toes go back to how they're supposed to be.
Interesting.
And
Spread?
so I decided, it's probably good for me to run barefoot. Also,
Yeah.
because I always have problems with my toes. I thought maybe it's because
Okay.
my toes are always squeezed together in these shoes.
You got some small shoes.
Why don't I try, running with no constriction?
yeah.
And it felt great, to be honest. It felt wonderful. I was feeling good. I was jogging so much. I was running so fast. And I'd been sprinting a little bit on the treadmill. Not
Okay.
sprinting, but, just pushing it
Yeah,
a little
Short
bit.
bursts where you just
Yeah.
go for a little bit and then you.
And then you go back down.
relax.
It's
Yeah.
called fartleks.
Yeah.
And that in cross country, it is for real called fartleks.
Huh.
And so I got to the end
Why
of
do you
it,
do that? Why-
and
Can we just.
fartleks,
Why do we-
one word.
Why?
Why? Why is it called a fartlek?
That's just what they call it.
That's
You're,
what they do.
you're running so fast that you're catching up with the person behind you, and they're
You're
looking at their
I'm going to
farts.
go so fast I could lick their fart. That's what
or
comes
your
from,
own
probably.
fart because you're running
Hey.
around in circles so fast.
Why a circle? It's
I don't
cross
know.
country.
It's
not
true.
track.
And so
I don't get it.
Me either.
treadmill, running barefoot. I get
Yeah.
off. It feels good. I feel good.
Okay.
But it turns out my feet aren't as strong as I thought
Turns
they were.
out you're not really supposed to run barefoot on a treadmill.
Right. So I like like when you get calluses, like a blister or something.
Yeah.
It's like it's like my whole foot is a callus.
Oh no.
And then actually it's pretty foul. I don't know.
yes. So my feet, you would not believe what they look like right now.
No, tell us.
My dogs are barking.
Nah, bro, but it's just like a big
It's
callus.
like every single time your foot is about to land, right? That surface is moving, so it's gonna
Squish.
skid just a little bit, probably.
It's shifting your
just
skin enough to
slightly.
just-
Maybe like if you're running on a track barefoot, it's not gonna be as bad.
Oh, that
it's still gonna
sounds
kind of
terrible.
hurt because it's track.
Or you're laying on another
running in
surface
grass
that's
would
moving.
probably
Grass
be
is the way to go.
best case scenario.
Yeah, that's true.
But with the treadmill, it's
a lot of
kinda moving,
tension.
and then as you land, it probably just skids a little bit.
Because
but
your foot's not moving exactly as fast every
Right.
enough
time.
of those.
But you meet up enough times where your foot's going a little bit forward.
But you know what? The
We're
thing
not
is-
backwards as fast, and it's
Oh, I
rubbing
know.
that skin.
I know I know. The thing is, not a lot of pain. Not any pain actually. It
when
doesn't
you're running
hurt.
or
It was
not.
adrenaline.
when I was doing it
You
and
got the
after,
runner's high.
and afterwards.
Interesting.
No pain. It's just is like, oh, I can tell that this isn't supposed to happen.
I can tell that.
But I
this is
think that
wrong.
because of that, my feet are going to be stronger, and so it's just one of those things that you kind of have to struggle through for a little bit. But I was also playing. I think that. What was I going to say? I was going to say something.
Tennis?
real. Playing tennis, that was a lot of fun.
Me and Christian played some tennis the other day.
Yeah.
Did that hurt your feet at all? Oh, we started
No.
playing and it was raining a little bit.
Mhm.
Tennis courts in the rain gets pretty
It's real
treacherous. Oh
We
yeah.
did a full 8. First to 8 though.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was good.
It was good. Tennis is fun.
Yeah.
Didn't Jeremiah? He fell on the treadmill not too long ago.
Oh, yeah,
that's
he
insane.
ate
Like
it.
he
I saw
had
his
just
arm.
like skid marks all over his body. I went over
That's
to your
rough.
house and he was like, "I fell on the treadmill."
on a treadmill.
What? How are you like okay? How did that not just rip all of your skin
Oh
off?
yeah.
He was like, he's like, it kind of hurt a little bit.
Well,
You
the
know
thing
what?
is, it wouldn't have been bad if he just let himself go and like sent down.
held
But he like
on.
held on, bro. And he's like holding on for dear life.
my gosh.
You know how some people put their treadmills in a confined space where it's
Oh.
facing back to the wall?
Crazy.
That
That's a
catches you
death
and you're-
sentence, dude.
You're pinched in between, or your hair just gets yanked into the
That's
treadmill.
crazy.
You get sucked underneath it.
You
dude.
deserve
Your
it.
arm.
If you don't deserve it.
You don't deserve it, but I mean the consequences of your
I
actions.
mean, you got a 1+1 here.
You got to think, you fall off, you better put that safety clip on. Otherwise,
my
you are really toast.
Oh, I forgot about safety clips.
yeah,
Yeah.
I never use those though. Only babies use safety clips.
Yeah, it's like
If
the
you got a
straps
wall
on the,
behind
it's
you,
like the straps on
you
the.
better put that on you.
It's like the straps on the Wii remote.
Oh yeah.
Only babies.
You're having a sleepover, guys. We're gonna
Only
let's play the
babies use
Wii. We
those.
love Wii baseball and bowling and stuff. Let me put on my wrist strap first.
I got to trade this.
Guys,
You send that kid
my
home.
mom actually doesn't let me play unless I have my wrist.
He's
strap.
not allowed to sleep over anymore. He's lame.
Yeah.
Do you ever hit any TVs or anything with you?
Oh, all
Not a
the time.
TV. No. Walls.
Bro, just people though. He hit me in the
I
head
hit Parker
once.
in the head so hard one time with my fist in the Wii remote. We were playing tennis, I think.
Oh yeah, and he
I just
smacked me so hard.
I hit him in
dude.
the head.
No, it wasn't even to play tennis. he just got mad.
yeah.
No, we were just playing the match, and he just trying to cook this one and just boom,
I hit him so hard.
right in the head.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
We were also tennis in real life. We played it for the first time when we were in Texas in October, and just loved it. Me and Christian were out there every single night.
Every
out
night.
there.
You not every night.
Not
though.
every night.
One
You went
night
out there
I
a couple
wasn't.
times.
Yeah, it was so not every night. I mean, you could try to say every night, but it wasn't. Me and Christian out there every night. We loved it so much. We've been playing a little bit these days. It's just so much fun.
Yeah.
We're getting better for real.
We're getting better too. Backhands harder than they look, but we're getting good.
I got an injury thing to
Oh yeah,
share.
weird body things.
Body problems.
Weird body things.
Weird body.
This has been going. I don't know what will fix it, but since I've been playing baseball, starting in high school, every time I would warm up in the cages and swing, my back would crack a little bit.
Oh.
And so every time before I would like practice or a game, when I'm warming up, I would swing to make sure I cracked my back because I didn't want to be up there swinging. Just
Yeah.
pop.
oh,
and it
he
would,
broke his
like,
back.
Throw me off. And so now I don't know if it was because of that, but I can crack my back so easily, where I just twist and put my hand in one spot and I can pop my entire back, and it's I can probably pop too much, but you guys want to hear it?
In
See if I
another
can do it
life-
right now.
yeah, yeah.
Why are you
go
always
for it.
telling me to crack your back then? You just want to hug?
Sometimes I can't get the upper back.
Oh,
Go for it.
Sometimes I can though. I can just like. You hear
Oh
that?
my gosh.
That's crazy.
Okay, let's see if I can.
Oh wow.
That's so much. So many
Everything.
cracks.
He's got
And
get
then
his
if I put my
elbows in the
hand
mix.
high up on my back and center it, I can.
What are you popping right now?
What
What
is
are you-
going
My
on?
back.
That's still your back?
Yeah.
How many freaking joints do you got?
There's a lot. You'd be surprised.
I don't know why.
Man.
It's a little too easy.
I think in another life.
How is it really bad for you?
All right.
It's got to be.
In another life. We got kid. I think that I'm not
In
going to
another
use it
life
right
we
now.
have kids?
No, no. In another life, it's like a different reality. I think I would have been a great chiropractor.
Oh, you
Gavin's
would have been.
A
Gotcha.
snake on the ground
I
because his
would
back is so
love-
loose.
To be a chiropractor, bro.
I actually can't walk anymore.
I
because of
love pop. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. This is just for the chiropractor thing.
Okay.
We're not creating a whole.
What are you
new-
gonna do when Gavin walks in though? Slitherback.
No, I
He's
slither.
wobbling because his spine is so
Like,
weak.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
What are you gonna do,
doing the wiggle
chiropractor?
dance.
Christian, every time I walk, my back just wiggles.
If Gavin
me.
starts wiggling into my office, bro, he is leaving.
You were shutting down your practice.
Yeah,
Get out.
dude.
Get out. You've been
Yeah,
rude.
bro. You love
You've been
popping.
very
I
toes.
love
rude.
pop. Well, all right.
my toes.
No,
You love popping my toes.
I just love popping joints, bro. If your dog, no, if
toes.
What if the dogs are out, bro? You try to do it so much. Yes, you do. Like
it's crazy. That's no, not. I don't think. Maybe.
Maybe it's. I don't know if you do want to do everyone's, but like mine.
Oh, bro, listen. This is the thing. We're in Kansas City. We have a hotel room. It's just us. We're all laying down on the beds.
Just
I'm
the boys?
walking by the bed to go to the bathroom.
Let me pop your
Parker's
toes.
feet are up. I did it one time and he loved it. But bro,
No, I hate it.
No,
you try to
you
do it
love
so
it.
much, and I'm like,
I don't try to do it so much. Don't pretend like this is an ongoing
It's
thing.
happened
And
many
you're like-
times,
Don't
multiple
pretend like,
times.
and you're like, Christian, you
Oh,
know how I
so-
feel about this.
Sometimes
it's
I am not
like
pretending.
that. Bro.
Sometimes-
every time you try to do it, I'm like, nah, it does not feel good. It hurts.
But it does. You've never
You
let
know,
it
it feels
happen
so good.
before.
You know,
If you
it's
just
so
let it
funny.
happen, you would love it.
Is sometimes Parker will be sitting at the kitchen table and Christian will be like, "Oh, I dropped something."
No, that's never
Yeah, he's
happened.
go under there and then grab
I
Parker's
dropped my
toes
fork.
under the
Nah,
table and be
bro.
like, "Pop, pop, pop." Parker's like,
And then Gavin wiggles into the room. What's going on in here?
Hey guys, Christian popping Parker's
Some
toes.
cracking in here. No,
Some
I think
crack-a-lackin'.
that you gotta try sometime. It is satisfying, bro. But just popping some joints, just pop, Gosh, it feels good.
loves it?
It feels good to yourself. It feels good to others.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I've done it
People always-
like maybe. I've known Parker for a lot of years.
Yeah,
I've done it maybe a few times.
maybe a few, maybe several times,
it was just a couple.
maybe like
Yeah.
dozens of times.
It's,
Do you
it's a
ever, like-
conversation starter or a icebreaker.
I don't think it is really, Gav. I don't think that is a conversation.
Hey, what's up?
starter.
Let me pop your toes.
Yeah.
No,
That-
you don't
actually,
say
that does
that.
work.
You
You say,
walk
I'm gonna
up there
pop your
and-
toes. You just do it. And then you have to start the conversation like, what are you doing? Get your hands off
Exactly.
my dogs.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, you don't know about
I thought you were my
toe
buddy
popping?
Parker. He hates it.
Yeah.
You know when people are like, oh, I need to get my back popped. Like it'd be so satisfying. I've never like felt good after. I always think my back kind of feels weird. Maybe I need it popped, and it gets popped, and
Yeah.
it's like
You never do.
oh, that felt like popping sounds. It
Yeah.
didn't really give me any relief. But at least I tried it, and I'm always gonna try it just because you never know.
I just
Yeah.
let a feeling.
But it's just get that thing popped. Gavin's very good at popping my back.
I want to go to a chiropractor so bad. I've never been.
When I've been,
I kind of
it's-
need you to pop my back after this.
Okay. When I've been to a chiropractor, I can't remember. They were adjusting my lower back was hurt from something.
Maybe
I
you
don't
got
know.
kicked in the
Maybe.
We'll do yours next.
Yeah. But afterwards, they would put these pads on my back, and it would it'd be an like a stimulator, so it would be vibrations through your entire back, like a massage basically.
Okay.
And you can have them. You're laying down, and they turn it on, and you have to tell them when to stop, and then it's just on for
The
X
electricity
amount of time.
thing?
Yes,
Bro, they got the
it's
Russian mode
the
on there.
worst. I hated it.
You ever tried Russian mode?
No,
Bro, there's a button. I know what machine you're talking about.
literally
Just says,
called Russian.
just says
mode.
Russian. Bro, I'd be so afraid to do
Dude,
that.
it,
That's
I
insane.
think I
does
might have
not
talked about it
feel
on the
good.
podcast before
We
because I
didn't.
was like, that is so insane.
Russian.
Multiple
mode.
people have told me that they enjoy that. Like it's a
Dad
good
loves it.
massage. Yeah, I hated it.
That sounds
It's
crazy.
Every
really
time I had to
uncomfortable.
do it, I
We
would
probably
always
ha-
have them set it lower.
You probably had it on too high though, because if it's like it's uncomfortable, it's probably because it's too much electricity.
Or
in there.
when the chiropractor's adjusting you, or they're doing that electro thing, and they're trying to have a conversation. I'm like, I just want to lay here for 30 minutes without having to talk. Let me
probably
just sleep.
No,
Yeah.
sometimes it's nice. It was always that one nice old lady.
Oh,
older,
so she sounds-
older lady. Not old. Sorry, older.
You know what I want to do? I want to do like those cups with the fire.
Oh yeah,
Like
fire
one
cups.
yeah.
Like the Jaden Smith Karate Kid cups.
Cupping.
Yeah.
It's just cupping.
I mean, I don't know. It's with cups.
You got to
probably.
specify though. Hey,
Can I get cupped?
you do cupping here? Like fire cupping? Yes.
We do
Yeah,
this fire
here.
cupping.
They like
Nah.
the hand on fire.
Oh yeah, their
Oh.
hands, and then they grab the
And
bowl.
then they grab the bowl. and
Yeah,
they
that's what it-
throw fire in the bowl.
Yeah, crazy.
Insane.
What's this supposed to do to you?
I don't know. Really.
Bring blood to the surface.
Really?
Blood
Why
to
do I-
muscles that
I'm
don't.
pretty sure I want it in my body, not on the surface.
No, it moves circulation inside your body. It does
That's
end up
probably
coming to
good.
the surface and bruising. You've seen on fighters and stuff on their
Yeah,
shoulders and
yeah.
whatnot.
Yeah.
But it's supposed to bring blood to the muscles.
What about you, Parker? How about your body?
Yeah, I don't really know if it's weird, but it's just like I got this knee pain that I've had for like a year.
Yeah,
That's about it. It's like all inflamed and stuff.
you
It
gotta
hurts all
be
the
in a
time.
knee brace for.
No, I know. It's like one of those things
Mostly a year.
where I know it's like you got to just let it rest for a while. When am I gonna have time to rest? There's so many
When you didn't have a
opportunities to
job
do
for
fun
months.
activities. Gavin, I was doing stuff still.
You could
Like-
put your leg in a brace though and not do physical activity.
I'm not gonna be walking around in a knee brace.
Yeah, but that's the kind of you're the kind of person that doesn't take care of your knee,
That's
and then
true.
you get to like 40, and then you got to get knee
Surgery.
replacement surgery.
And then you're really out for months. When
Oh,
you
I
need
did
to have
not
a
wanna
good
And also,
recovery.
by the time you're 40, I always talk about like, oh, in 30 years, I'm gonna have to do this like interesting medical thing. But it's like
Yeah.
in 30 years, like that. Hold on, like this
Like
right
being
now,
a chiropractor.
like you right now. Oh, in 40 years, I'm gonna have to get a knee replacement. I got to take care of myself for the future. It's like in 40 years, bro, you can have a dang body replacement, and it won't. You know what I'm saying? Like the
Probably. So much
We're
technology.
not gonna have the same medical practices, like medical operations that we do now.
They got advanced.
They're gonna be so much more convenient.
Yeah.
What about things like cancer? They haven't advanced that.
All right, Gav. Way to be grim. Gosh.
saying.
How about cancer? That still kills people, right?
Yeah.
They had
ever
a-
thought about that. Yeah, but that's right now.
For
Who
a
knows?
premarital
Yeah, it hasn't been
counseling,
happening for that long.
Oh, did they ask what happens?
they
if you're
give you
terminal?
scenarios for
Ah,
if
that's-
this happened, how would you react?
That is
How would
sad.
you feel this if your partner
I mean, that's kind of
was
good to make you
diagnosed
think
with
about
cancer
it. Though.
and you had 2 years? They had 2 years to live. If your child, 7-year-old child, had a life-threatening disease, if you were became paralyzed from the waist down,
Marriage counseling sounded so fun up until this point.
I know.
I'm gonna
if,
hate that part of marriage counseling.
if your spouse lost their job,
It's not even that bad. It's
yeah.
like your kid's about to die. Oh, no job.
Yeah.
if they
Those
lost
are
their
not
job
even-
and they can't find employment,
and their kids
all
about
this
to
stuff.
die.
Yeah.
All
give
these
you-
things happening at
No,
the
no,
same
no,
time.
no. Just different.
It's a weirdly specific
my
scenario.
gosh.
If in all
What are
those
they
different
planning?
scenarios,
Yeah.
the apocalypse.
What do you say you would do? Like you just had to talk through these things.
how you would feel, your initial reaction,
I would feel bad.
Sad.
and then how
Upset.
you would deal with it.
I would feel melancholy.
What would you do? And then what would it do to your relationship?
Parker got a thesaurus recently, bro.
Oh, what?
I don't know. It sounded wrong.
A
It
thesaurus?
sounded wrong when I was
I thought you were
saying
like
it.
joking and like mispronouncing thesaurus
It's
on
a
purpose.
I've only seen
thesaurus.
it, dang.
A
I've only read
thesaurus.
it. I've only read it before. I've never heard someone say it, bro. That was my.
Parker's,
I'm not gonna
Parker's reading the dang thesaurus again.
The thesaurus.
oh, that.
That's terminal.
That's-
Thesaurus is terminal.
That's how
Yeah.
it looks, bro.
Thesaurus.
Oh,
it's like a dinosaur. Thesaurus.
That's funny. That was good.
That's
Christian.
good.
Good bit there.
So, anyways, your 7-year-old's dying.
yeah.
What did you say? I feel like I would like to have that conversation with.
That's
my
a good, probably good thing to just have and
serious
know.
conversations
Yeah,
because
'cause
it's
you
also
never
like
know.
you know what's it called like an ethics debate. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
It's like, is it what's right? What's the right decision here?
Mm.
Anyways, what did you say? I mean, you know, you don't have to
Just
say exactly what you
emotions
said.
and be upset or sad or also angry at God and all these things.
Yeah,
Like
You said you'd be angry at God?
I said could be.
Maybe. You never know.
But I know that everything's in the Lord's hands and
That's true.
That's got to be one of the greatest, like, you know, unknowns. It's
How you would handle a
I remember I was
situation
in
if this
Mexico.
happened.
Well, no, I was in Mexico this last year or a couple years back,
Yeah.
and this lady, she was like a newer believer, I think, or something. She was talking about how she was saying how her friend like didn't believe in God or these terrible things happened to her, and she didn't want to believe in God anymore.
Weird.
And because of the reason of like, how could a good God let these? If a God is
Things
all knowing
happen.
and all powerful, and also how could He be good if bad things are happening?
Mm-hmm.
And she asked it kind of in a way of like she didn't know the answer,
Yeah.
she was asking.
and she like kind of was asking me about it, and it's a tough thing to try and
explain.
explain
It's a lot
because
easier to accept when everything's going good. But when it's bad, it's like, dang, I really don't be. I
yeah,
don't
bro,
wanna get
exactly. It's
this.
like when everything it's easy. Yeah, when everything is going good, you don't even question that really, and then it all goes downhill, and you're like, wait a second, you know?
Yeah, that's where it's also too a big thing is you can't explain everything, and you would also maybe think, okay, why would God do this? But you also have to understand that we don't live in a perfect world. We're not in heaven where everything's perfect and there's no pain, there's no suffering. We're in a evil and fallen world where there's sin, there's bad people, things happen to people, and yes, God can have divine intervention and stop things or whatever, but He also has.
we can't know
you just-
everything.
yeah, you just can't know
we
everything.
can't
that's
know
gonna
everything
happen
about God. We can't
or
know
why
God
He
fully.
would do something. It's the same thing like with people who have family members who pass or all this. Like, why would a good God do this?
Because it had
Yeah,
to
I
happen at
remember-
some point. Everybody's got to
Also,
die.
when I was working at Fiddler's Green back, I was talking to one of my coworkers. I was like, "You ever been to church or something?" We were always just talking. Like a couple of my coworkers were talking about like religion, and so I, just went up and I was talking with him. I was like, "You ever been to church?" Or because he asked me if I had ever, and I just kind of showed like, "Yeah, my dad's a pastor, actually, all this stuff." I was like, "You ever been to church?" And he's like, "No, I can't get behind that like religion stuff." He was like, just like the whole idea of that everything happens for a reason, and he's like,
That's
that
so
isn't
much better than thinking
and
everything.
and
can
so
happen
and then
for
I
no
was
reason.
like, oh, that's not really what I was like, I don't think that's a like a Christian, or I don't think that's not really what I would believe. And he was like, oh, I thought that was like a Christian. And then I was like, do you want me to explain? Like,
Yeah.
I asked him, I was like, do you want me to explain
Kind
what my
yeah.
thoughts are on that, and like what because I didn't want to just start preaching. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, do you want me to explain what you like?
Yeah.
Why I wouldn't say that that's correct? And he's like, nah.
It's like everything happens.
Yeah.
Everything does
No,
happen
and
for a
that's-
reason, but it's either good or a bad reason. It's not like it's just that's what happened. That's how it's gonna be. Everything happens for a reason.
Yeah. And I don't think God's specifically doing bad things to people where it's like, oh, God wants you to suffer through this trial. God, and I think a big thing too is people say God gives his toughest battles to his
He gives his toughest battles to the strongest warriors.
and that's always used, I feel like, in a situation where it's really
when
not
you're
that
like
tough
trying
of a
not to
battle.
smoke that night, it's like
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
this is
Where it's
I'm
really
God's
not a
strongest
tough battle.
warrior.
And they take scripture that can be really powerful and meaningful and make it lesser than it really is because they give it a context of it's
I don't think it could ever be.
non.
I think it's very dangerous to try and like portray the idea that God assigns
bad
suffering
things.
to certain people.
Because he doesn't.
Because
it's-
then it's like if you make that as a blanket statement, and then this person who's had these terrible tragedies in their life,
Gosh,
God,
they
but
just
God's
feel
punishing
terrible
you.
because they're like, well, why does God assign this to me? Does
Or
he think
thinks,
less of, you know what I'm saying?
I've
want
done
it.
so
God, I
so
don't
many
think
terrible things.
That's a correct idea that
No,
God
it's
will
not.
assign suffering
Yeah.
to people. I think it's just the
I saw.
result of
I
a.
don't know who. I think it was. I don't know who said it, but it was like I just saw this. We can know God accurately. We can't know Him exhaustively. So like we can know Him like everything that we know about Him that we can get from the Bible. We can know that to be true. We can know like His character will align with this. But there's so many aspects of His character that we can't even know yet because we can't even understand them.
Right.
But we will know them one day when we die.
Yeah. Yeah, it's there's so many different things to it, and every situation's different. Because I even thought the one I think it was last time when we were in Mexico, so just over a year ago, there was this little girl, probably 3 or 4 years old, who was born deaf, and we were having a prayer night, just praying for healing over different things, and a bunch of people have been healed of different illnesses and things like that, even over the years of going back and hearing testimonies from people. But we were praying for this little girl, and we all just felt so strongly that we wanted the Lord to heal her, and so that she would have hearing. And we were praying for her, and then we'd stop and then see if it was any different, and we'd ask her, have her mom ask her and see. And we never saw her get her hearing back or anything. But on things like that, you wonder, oh, why would God do that, or why would He create this problem for this person? I don't think He does it on purpose, and I don't think God necessarily puts those things on people. I think it's also consequences of other people's decisions and just life and generationally. It's not, oh, your parents did this, so God's going to make your child deaf, or it's not necessarily always a punishment. It's just, like I said before, we live in an evil, fallen world where
Like,
it's not...
That's why disease exists, because there's death.
because of
Yeah, I would-
sin and all these things.
I wouldn't.
I
even
think
say
that, yeah.
you're deaf because of generational sin.
Yeah,
or
you
something
didn't
like
do
that.
something. This little girl didn't do something that God was like, okay,
No,
I'm
I
going
don't
to
even
make her
think.
deaf
I don't
or
even
something.
think you could say her like family did something that would
Right, exactly.
cause
That's what
that.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying
Oh.
because of sin and
just
the-
in general. Yeah,
yeah,
because
in
people
general.
have sinned. That's why.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
ailments
think
happen.
generally, this is the last thing I'll say. We've been talking about this for like 10.
I know.
I think that, yeah, the idea of God assigning suffering, or that God let this happen to you, I think that like the fall of man, sin enters the world. When sin enters the world, suffering and death and torment, all these things enter with it. That's not, the product of that God just being like, oh, you sinned. This is my punishment to mankind because you sinned. It's not a punishment, and it's not like assignment of suffering.
a
It's just like
consequence.
a consequence. Like, obviously we were advised not to eat the fruit, and then we were tricked into whatever. But
Yeah.
it was never a punishment of like, oh, you ate the fruit, now everyone's gonna die. It was just like there's like sin entered the world because of this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's not even saying like just
because
think about
of that. Now there's disease
I
and
can't believe God would let this
disability
happen to me. It's like, well, think about all the times you rejected God in this decision,
Right.
making a decision. What like,
and it's not saying because you.
and
did
it's not
that.
because you did it, but it's
That's
you
what
know you
sin
also have
is.
to have perspective of this world is sinful and there's disease and there's evil. There's gonna be things that happen, but
You can't put the
that's
blame
not
on
God
and say-
rejecting you. That's just kind of the world we live in, and then we gotta. When you turn to God, that's when things will get better.
And I think
This is the redemption of it. It's like
yeah,
because once we sin and suffering enter the world, and that was our reality. That's what we had. God could have just been like, oh,
Boom.
this is the reality
Restart.
you've chosen, and or not even restart, but like this is how you live now.
Yeah.
But because He's a loving God and a forgiving God, He still chooses to redeem us and sent His Son to
Yeah.
die for us, and He still chooses to heal people, and He still chooses to give people a path to a way to live that will end up us still in eternity with Him. But He could
Right.
have just said, "This is the reality you have
When
now.
Adam
and
and Eve
Good
sinned,
luck.
could have
You
just been
chose it, and then now
gone.
everyone is
But then that would be hell, like
But
eternal
because He's
separation
the
from
Savior,
God.
right? But because He's the Savior, He still made a way for us to
increase
live without
opportunity.
suffering like we were before the fall of man.
Yeah.
How fun is this?
Gosh.
Start off with Gavin's farts, and then we end with this roller
Nice,
coaster. We'll call back. Not
Yeah.
gonna let them forget about that one.
Guys, just so you know, speaking of death and suffering,
How are we
You
still
remember
here?
us at the beginning of the podcast?
Oh my gosh, it smelled so bad.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this has been the Gas Boys podcast. If you enjoy this, tell your friends, do subscribe, all that stuff.
Rating reviews,
Whatever.
you know.
I don't care. You do whatever you want.
We got an
Whatever.
Instagram. We got merch.
That's true. We do have merch. That is up there still. So thanks for listening. We will see you next week.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace.